If I would have left the evil that I had met in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida in the same place that I met evil inside of the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida, then wouldn't I have left evil in a position of judgeship inside of the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida? See, if the Bible says that if you for whom read it to show yourself approved is supposed to do better if you know better, then how could you leave evil in a position of judgment if you know it was evil? So if I had made a deal with the evilness that I had met inside of the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida, then wouldn't I now be an accessory to the evil that I left inside of the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida? So see, my conscience don't condemn me because I am telling you about the evil that I put the Florida Constitution, the United States Constitution, the Florida Bill of Rights, the United States Bill of Rights, the United States Declaration of Independence, the statutory law, and the Civil Rights Act of 1964 around inside of the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12, 2008 at 10:40 in the morning. So now I'm saying, if I, for whom name is Petty Officer Third Class Tommy Chancellor Castle Sr., would have legally, historically, biblically, religiously, spiritually, financially, mentally, and federally left the dragon, for which is defined as a mythical animal usually represented as a monstrous winged and scaly serpent, for whom is defined as a noxious creature that creeps, hisses, or stings, which is the devil, for whom is defined as a person of notable energy, recklessness, and dashing spirit, also one who is mischievous in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, and prisons all over the world, as well as Satan, for whom is defined as the rebellious angel who in Christian belief is the adversary of God and the Lord of evil in the midst of the Garden of Eden. How would have I, for whom name is King Tommy Chancellor Castle Sr. of Four Castles Incorporated, been able to, hold on, I gotta make a correction here. Been able to legally, historically, biblically, religiously, spiritually, financially, mentally, and federally catch evil, for which is defined as morally reprehensible in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, and prisons all over the world in evil, for which is defined as a rising from actual or imputed bad character or conduct in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, and prisons all over the world's evilness, for which is defined as the fact of suffering, misfortune, and wrongdoing in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, as well as in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning. If I didn't become a trailblazer, for whom is defined as one that blazes, for which is defined as to be conspicuously, for which is defined as obvious, for which is defined as easily discovered, seen, or understand to the eye or mind's brilliant trail, for which is defined as a track made by passage, especially through a wilderness, for which is defined as a tract or region uncultivated and uninhabited by human beings in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida as well as in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida, to legally, historically, biblically, religiously, spiritually, financially, mentally, and federally guide others in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, and prisons all over the world, legally, historically, biblically, religiously, spiritually, financially, mentally, and federally through the illegal, historical, biblical, religious, spiritual, financial, mental, and federal wilderness, for which is defined as an area essentially undisturbed by human activity in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida, as well as in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida. I gotta make this change. See, like I'm saying, I do this to try to stay on point to give you as much information as possible. Sometimes I'm coming back to it because I don't get to it. As well as in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida, together with its naturally developed life in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, and prisons all over the world. Then wouldn't I, for whom name is Petty Officer Third Class Tommy Chancey Castle Sr., legally, historically, biblically, religiously, spiritually, financially, mentally, and federally blazed, for which is defined as to make public my for whom name is Petty Officer Third Class, to make public my for whom name is President Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of Four Castles Incorporated's legal, historical, biblical, religious, spiritual, financial, mental, and federal trail. So what I'm saying is, when I made it to the end of my enemy's circumstances, then I had to blaze a trail to where I'm at now. So that's why I'm telling the preachers, right? I'm saying, well, if you know the past fight that someone had with this same evil spirit, why would you then judge me and not the evil spirit I'm fighting? See, that's what I don't understand. See, is it fear that kills progress? Because if your religious leader is afraid of the truth, then what is your religious leader teaching you so confidently? See, they telling you to fear the Lord that they embrace. So if they telling you to fear who they speak to, why they don't fear who they speaking to? So if you then are led by them, then how then can you then speak to who they taught you to be afraid of? See, like Joshua took over the exodus of Moses. Okay, but then it said that only Moses seen the face of who he was talking to. So now who then did Joshua speak to while he was leading the Israelites? But then if you look at where the Israelites at now, then who led the Israelites in the conflict with the people who Moses found peace with? So now, you telling me that Moses was once an Egyptian, and then he saw the Egyptians beating an Israelite, and he found out he was an Israelite, so he then killed the Egyptian, buried him in the sand. Pharaoh found out about it. He had to run out into the wilderness now. So that means he out in the wilderness, but then he ended up meeting Jericho, which ended up being his father-in-law. So he married, he had children and everything. He was out in the wilderness for 40 years. No problems, no conflicts. So then why did he go back to get a burdensome people? Like, so, okay, it didn't say that Moses went to go get his people to come out and fight his father-in-law. He said the scripture was like his father-in-law, which was a religious man, is the one that taught him about God. He was a pagan. He believed in pagan gods when he was an Egyptian, because that they believed in sun gods, and they believed that Pharaoh and Ramses them was gods. So now when Moses go out, he find this religion. Now he go back to get his people and bring them into this blessing that he found when he ran out into the wilderness. But now his people come out in the wilderness and take over. Now, why didn't the Israelites take over Egypt? But now when you was in Egypt, you was under control. But once you leave out of Egypt, now you done tried to conquer the unconquered. But you was the conquered. Is it not that the Israelites became slaves in a foreign land because they didn't follow the laws? Now here it is, Black America doing the same thing, right? I'm showing them what Moses showed the Israelites. See, I'm bringing the law to the enslaved, and I'm showing them how to use the law in self-defense. But now they have came and gave me their God. And I'm saying, well, if we were slaves yesterday, why you bringing the God that kept us slaves yesterday into this newfound freedom? See, so if that God didn't free us, if I'm in court freeing us, why would you then tell me about your God that you had when you was a slave? And that's what I'm saying to the Israelites. So now, who was your God when you was property of Pharaoh? So now you have Moses' God, but why you're not living in peace with Moses' father-in-law people? Why you're not living in peace with the people who was free when you was in bondage? Now you're trying to say 2,000, 5,000 years later that these people is terrorizing you. But what about 5,000 years ago when you came out and breached the peace? You was in slavery. Now, ever since you've been free, it's not been peace in the Middle East. So wasn't it peace in the Middle East before you got free? What the Bible say. When Jesus went into Jerusalem, he said, okay, hold on, I'm gonna show you. Now, I'm gonna use the scripture. Okay, first of all, okay, this is what I wanted to, and then I'm going to show you what I'm talking about with Jesus, right? This is what I'm talking about fear the Lord, right? Fear God. This is Ecclesiastes 8 in the King James Version of the Holy Bible. Now, but it goes, obey the king and then fear God. And then God's ways are mysterious, right? These are the three titles of Ecclesiastes 8 in the King James Version of the Bible Hub edition of Ecclesiastes 8. This is verse 1 through 9. It says, who is as the wise man? So it's asking. That's a question after the statement. And who knoweth the interpretations of a thing? A man wisdom makes his face to shine, and the boldness of his face shall be changed. See, so wouldn't that be me being a trailblazer? See, now you see my face after I then blazed a trail inside of the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida, after I made a case for my innocence. So now, how am I guilty if the evidence that I provided is overwhelming that I'm innocent? So now, did not Reverend Barnes now make me spiritually guilty of what though? If I don't read the Bible, how can I be under the Bible I don't read? But now check this though. Am I not who is the wise man inside of the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning? Am I not the wise man inside of the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning? And am I not the wise man on October 11th in 2023 at 7:59 in the morning, if I am the man who truth is now planted legally inside of the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida ever since August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, and then it grew federally inside of the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning, and now it's growing historically on October 11th in 2023 at 7:59 in the morning. So now, how can it not be biblical if it's legal, historical, and it's established? Now, is not the evil that I had to defeat in my lifetime not biblical? Because look, so now, okay, now, and who knoweth the interpretation of a thing? So now, interpretation. So am I not giving you my interpretation of a thing? See, I'm giving you my interpretation of the law, and I'm giving you my interpretation of the law, and then I'm using my evidence to show you how to use the law. See, now interpret, look, the definition of interpret is the act or the result of interpreting, right? To explain or tell the meaning of, present in understandable terms. So now, if that's me telling you the law, now I'm showing you. See, first I interpreted the law, and now I'm showing. Okay, so showing is an act or an instance of putting something such as an artistic work on view. So see, I should have got this book. See, now this my artistic work. See, this my artistic work, but it's a legal document. See, so this right here is my artistic work. This is my showing. This is the devil being caught in my artistic work. See, so now, how can Pastor Willard C. Barnes be an instrument of God when he threw me out of Macedonia Missionary Baptist Church? So he threw the truth out of the spiritual world. So if the truth is not in the spiritual world, then would not now John 11 be showing you, right? Now look, this is showing the presentation of a motion picture. So didn't you all see the Passion of Christ? And the Passion of Christ came from the transcripts of the Bible. Now, if John 11, right, is talking about, let me get to it. John 11 is talking about the plot against Jesus. And it says now, this is John 11, King James Version of the Bible Hub Edition, verses 45 through 57, the plot to kill Jesus. It says, then many of the Jews which came to Mary and had seen the things which Jesus did believed on him. But some of them went their ways to the Pharisees and told them what things Jesus had done. So wouldn't that be now pardon the Jews? See, some Jews believed in Jesus and some Jews didn't, just like some people in my family believe me and some don't. So now, but what I'm saying is, how you don't believe in the works and you won't go into court to see the works that was done. So now, how can you be a follower of Jesus and don't go into the judgment hall? See, this is what I'm saying. 2,000 years later, you all in the same churches, temples, and synagogues professing to love Jesus, but when he summons you in the court, you don't want to be at the right hand of the Father. See, you say that Jesus now up in heaven at the right hand of the Father. But what I'm saying, why won't you, who are disciples of Jesus, now come in and testify for Jesus? See, because there's no statute of limitations on murder. So if you love Jesus, why don't you save Jesus from Reverend Barnes or the high priest Caiaphas, the Pharisees, the chief priests, the high priests, the scribes, and the elders? If you still have Jesus on the cross, right, and you selling him, then without Jesus on the cross, what would you sell? See, so if you selling Jesus on the cross, then how can you sell Jesus off the cross? So wouldn't you have to keep crossing Jesus in the image of truth? See, okay, look now. So, but some of them went their ways to the Pharisees and told them what things Jesus had done. Then, see, now this is what I'm saying. So when I went to Pastor Willie C. Barnes and told him what the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, was doing, did he now take up a counsel? Because see, what strip is the religious world operating off of? See, I'm writing a new story. See, that's what I'm saying. See, this is a New Testament, and this is the devil in the details of my testimony. He all in it. Now, but the black people question me as if they don't see the devil in my details. So when I'm telling them, say, well, look, I didn't put that period there and I didn't do this, they don't believe me. And I'm saying, well, don't you see is someone surrounding my testimony? But now, when I tell them about the courts, they act like they don't understand. So I'm saying, well, hey, man, when do you give a testimony if you don't give a testimony in court? But see, most of them criminals, right? So they plead the fifth because they committed a crime. So, but I'm telling them, say, well, look, I didn't commit a crime. They pled the fifth. Oh, well, then you won then. And I'm saying, but you a criminal. So if you get thrown out of court, you win. But you go back to committing a crime. See, they committed a crime with me even being in court. So now they throw the case out, but the criminal think I won. And I'm saying, well, they the criminals. So how could they throw the case out? That's what but see, a criminal don't understand. They think that's a blessing. But I'm saying they throw you out so you can go commit another crime, but they got you under surveillance. The only reason why they kicked the case out is because they can't bring the case back if they would have set a jury. But since you don't understand that, then see, you don't understand that they tried to throw me out to make a case. So they've been making a case for 15 years while my friends and family been putting me in a mental hospital. See what I'm saying? So now, how can the state of Florida or the United States of America not tell my family that my family been aiding and abetting them in their crime against me? But somebody in my family already know. Is it Joshua? See, is it a Joshua in my family that now feel like they know, so now they running it? And I'm saying, okay, brother, if you want to run the show, why kill me to do it? See, why starve me, right? And think that you are a righteous man. See, I wouldn't starve you. See, I didn't need to starve you to be me. See, now let me show you what I'm talking about with the starving. This is what I'm talking about, the brothers. Now, this is Jacob and Esau. This is Genesis 25 in the King James Version, the Bible Hub edition of 19 through 28. And it says, and these are the generations of Isaac, Abraham's son. Abraham begot Isaac, and Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah to wife, the daughter of Bethuel. So Bethuel, the Syrian of Paddanim, Padan Aram, the sister of Laban, the Syrian. And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife because she was barren, and the Lord treated of him, and Rebekah his wife conceived, and the children struggled together within her, and she said, if it to be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord, and the Lord said unto her. See, now this is the Lord a judge? Is it Samuel? Because Samuel is the one that made Saul the first king of Israel and David. So is Samuel not the king maker? So who is the Lord? Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, how do y'all know this is not a person that they call the Lord? Like you say your senator or your House of Representatives or your reverend or your deacon or your deaconess. See, those are all titles. But if you are in Europe and you go to court, they call the judge Lord. They say, my Lord. So now, if they are interpreting this story and they say Lord, wouldn't it mean a judge to them? Because the judge could make me whole, but the judge told me from my family. So is the judge not the Lord that I had to bring to court? So I'm saying, I'm saying the judge is who I'm dealing with, but who is the Lord? So how do I know? Like, you telling me this just somebody who don't exist? So now, how about if that person lied? But now if I say the Lord, now you gonna believe me, but what about the works? So me telling the truth that the works came from me is why you don't believe me. But if I gave the Lord credit, whoever that is, and I don't know who it is, now you gonna believe me, but then I don't believe myself. I'm lying. But I'm telling you the truth, and now you don't believe me because I didn't say the Lord. Man, that's crazy, man. But anyway, so then it said now, okay, but I want you to know what I'm talking about. And she went to inquire of the Lord, and the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb. Now, here I am telling y'all that I'm the president of Folk Houses Incorporated, and I had to create another company because the state of Florida stole my children's inheritance. So I gave my children a company as their inheritance, but I saved their parent company, which is the company that their parents started. See what I'm saying? Which is Folk Houses Incorporated. So the freedom is in a book, and Folk Castles is the company that is the freedom fighter for Chancellor Incorporated, for which is my children. So now, this is showing that their father had no iniquities because he became a living, breathing testimony. Then he created them a place called Chancellor Incorporated off of their daddy's middle name that they grandmama gave him. He gave it to his son. That's the name that his grandmama gave his daddy. His daddy gave it to him. That was made his daddy senior and made him junior. But this made him relevant. This made my daughter relevant because this is their inheritance. Now, they got a country which was a company that's now the territory of Four Castles Incorporated, because they are the territory of King Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of Four Castles Incorporated and Queen Benita Elaine Epps Castle of Four Castles Incorporated, because we are the two that made the four. See, without us two, it wouldn't be them two, then it wouldn't be four castles that's inside of the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida in the arms of their father and husband. See, I got my family in my arms running through the courts with them. And then my friends Heisman posed me and sent me back to the plantation. My friends, my family said I was crazy. And I'm saying, well, man, I got you too. I got you in the Emancipation Papers. Man, you crazy. Man, you crazy. Something wrong with you. I'm saying, something wrong with me. Jesus. I say, Jesus? What? And you crazy, man. You need to go to the mental hospital. What? I'm crazy. Now, 15 years later, they still don't know now. But 15 years ago, I had to get through the maze, which was them. See? And I had to go try to fight the devil and my friends and my family, everybody. And now, they done slandered me, defamed me, and left me for dead. Now, where are they, right? But all of the advice, all the how-to. Oh, you need to do this. Oh, you need to do this. But I'm in the storm telling them, say, man, if I do this, they gonna get me over here. Man, if I do this, I can't do this. And they, oh, man, it ain't. God, give it to God. Do this. And I'm saying, well, who you saving? And I'm saying to the Christian man, do you have to fight for Jesus? And if you do, aren't you 2,000 years too late? So why are you fighting for Jesus on me? But when I read the Bible, Jacob didn't even fight for his own brother. Watch what I'm telling you. Now, okay. And then it says, and the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manners of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder should serve the younger. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called him Esau. And the other came out, and after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold of Esau's heel. So that means he been holding his brother down even in the womb. See, so what good is a brother when he got your heel? Isn't that what they call crabs in a bucket? So wouldn't Jacob be a crab that hold his brother down even coming out the womb? He was holding on to him, right? So now, why would my brother let me shine and he dark? So he gonna try to get some of my shine. Isn't that what Jacob did? Now, but you say Jacob is the blessed one, but even in the womb, the man was causing problems. Because Esau was leaving out. The man had Esau by the heel. Well, when did Esau ever fight him? This man was devilish in the womb, man. And then his mama. So what Lord told her to turn on Esau? Look, so she's saying the Lord told her. Now, but this is Jewish law that the first child born is the one that get the blessing. But now this Lord, so is that her mind? So when you pray and you get a message, so is that the Lord or is it you? You got the message. Now, do we believe that what you did, or the Lord directed you to do it? Now, let's show you who you are according to the definition. If you got a God that commanded you to sin, then you Satan by definition. And according to Jewish, so if you are a Jew and somebody says they have a God, you supposed to see that they Satan. Listen. The angel who in Jewish belief is commanded by God to tempt humans to sin, to accuse the sinners, and to carry out God's punishment. So now look what Rebecca. So she went to talk to the Lord, and the Lord told her that the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. Now, but in the life, seemed like Esau was stronger than Jacob because he went to go hunt while Esau sit at the house doing nothing. Then Rebecca, and while Esau was out doing the chores, doing the work that Jesus was talking about, Jacob and Rebecca was plotting against a blind Isaac. So now, why did God need to blind Isaac and use Rebecca to deceive Isaac to then steal from her son? So when is the Jewish family ever been whole? Now, I'm using the Bible, man. This is not me. I'm asking. Look, okay, and after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold of Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bore them. And the boys grew. And Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field. And Jacob was a plain man, dwelling in tents. See what I'm saying? Isn't that my brother playing video games while I'm out working at the damn post office? A plain man. I'm out here working, dealing with the devil every day. Gotta take him to court. And now look what happened to me. And look what happened to Esau. And the boys grew. Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. And Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison. And Rebekah loved Jacob. See? Split house. Father loved this son, mama loved this son. That's what I was telling my children. I have 2 children. I have a favorite daughter, I have a favorite son, but I don't have a favorite child. Ask my kids. They'll tell you. They both the same. They get treated the same. See, the only one thing that look different is when you produce. Just like this. See, my daughter got her grades. She got. My son, he didn't. He got attention. Now my daughter, she got attention, but not the attention he got, because I had to put him on the same righteous path she was on. And if I had did it anyway, I could get her, I could lose her. See what I'm saying? Because if I got, now this is what I'm telling y'all about the 99. I'm saying, hey, I never kept an eye off my daughter, but I put pressure on my son. See, so my daughter knew that her daddy, I was on her, but since she was handling her business, why would I put pressure on her? You handling your business. So I'm taking pressure off you to keep you on that path. But now she looking at the attention her brother getting, and she had that attention too. She just didn't get it as long as he, because her mother was working nights and I had her by myself. Wasn't nobody she could see, wasn't no Lord that she could get help with. It was just only her daddy. So when she learning her homework, ain't no mama to look at. See, she got to get her daddy off of her. Then she realized, man, all I got to do is this. Man, me and daddy cool. So then once she got the fear out of it, then she got the lesson from it. Now my son, he was different because his mama was home, and see, then her efficiencies became his. So then he was looking for help. See, and that's what drove, see, that's what's going on here. See, mama and daddy parted with the son. Now here the daughter looking. But see, the daughter see the daddy, see, when without the mama. So she's saying, oh man, see, man, well, mama, but I'm saying your mama wasn't home. See, if your mama was working nights, your brother, he'd be just like you. See, because he did it with the shoes. I had to break him. See? Because I didn't want him to be a plain man. I didn't want him playing video games and selling dope. See, so I had to break him, see, and put him up here and instead of getting him down here. But see, that's when that spirit of evil, man, that's when my brother, see, he started destroying my image. See, because, see, I don't know. See, I don't know, but I know what it did. I know what happened. See, so I went to him and said, hey, man, listen, help me with my son because he's looking up to you. So I kept trying to invest in him to get him up here so my son will follow him. See, that's why I'm saying about the Lord. See, but if you with a man in the valley and your son is with him, you trying to tell him, say, man, my son following you, man. Don't you see? He not listening to me. He listening to you. So now you sitting up here acting like you a big man, but what you taking him to, bruh? The prison? They gonna kill him? Because you think you something? But what are you? At the end of the day, what can you defend? See, bruh, you can't help yourself, man. You couldn't help my son either. You can't help yourself. See, because when you have to stand up for who you are, then where you gonna go other than prison? See, but me, they had to throw me out because I wouldn't leave you in the valley. But you left me. You left me in the valley. But here it is, though. Check this. Now, this is what they say I sold my birthright. See, but look, let me show you. This is the same Genesis 23. This is the Bible Hub edition, but this is 29 through 34. Now, we just showed you that Jacob was a plain man. He just sit in tents. So that means he didn't get it by the sweat of his brow. He set his ass in tents all day. But Esau was a hunter. That's why his father cared for, because he ate his venison. That means he went out and fed the family, and Jacob just sat on his ass in tents all day under his mama's boy. Right? Now, this is 29, and Jacob sawed pottage. So let me see what sawed is. So that's some kind of something here. So let's see, sod. Okay, now I'm gonna show you what I'm saying.
Sod.
So it is sod, but now this is, it can't be, because it was saying something else here. Countryside, it's a pottage. So, okay, well, it's saying to cover with sod or turf, one's native land. So hold on, but then it's saying pottage. Hold on, let me see, maybe I got pottage. I thought that was, yeah, thick soup of vegetables and often meat. So sod is turf. I find the sod, like, kill him. I even find the sod, I'll kill him. I don't know. Damn. It's saying sod is damn, a country. See, that's what I'm saying. So what is sod? He ate grass. See, that's what I'm telling you, man. I don't know, man. These people, you don't know. You're not from there. So if they don't give you the legend, which is the scale, how do you know? How do you know what they talking about? So he says, okay, Jacob sawed pottage, and Esau came from the field, and he was faint. And Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee. Man, goddamn, he prayed to his brother. Feed me. I did it to my brother. Man, I'm hungry, man. Man, you sign yourself out the mental hospital, man. I'm saying, well, I'm not crazy, man. I'm not crazy. It's 15 years, man. This man still won't help his brother. Still, 15 years. Ain't nothing but me and him. But I'm in court fighting for him. 15 years, man. He did shit for me. Nothing. Do he have me by the heel? Is he gonna wait until I starve to death? And then he the man? But what about my son? See, that's what I'm telling y'all. Like, I'm looking at Moses' life. So do now my son don't have nothing because my brother want to reign? Reign on what? We slaves, we have nothing. So what do you want to reign on now? My terror? These people done terrorized me. So you gonna stand on me and then be something after they done down me? Shit. But anyway. Okay, now, I pray thee with the same red porridge, for I am faint. Therefore was his name Edom. So let's see what that is. Let's see what that is. So now what, he changed his name because he was hungry? Let's see what that is.
Idumea.
What? Oh, here. Okay, hold on. I'm just shit. That wasn't no.
Edom.
Yeah, Edom. Okay, now, and it says ancient country in Southwest Asia, south of Judea and the Red Sea. So they say they call Esau Edom. So now, is that not his country? Ancient city in Southwest Asia, south of Judea. So now, is Esau Judea? If Jacob is Israel, and they say they call him Edom. See, this is what I'm saying now. What's going on now? Okay, and then it says, and Jacob said, sell me this day thy birthright. Come on, man. Damn, your brother hungry. He hungry, man. You not gonna feed him, man. And you want to negotiate. This is what I'm telling these people who come up. I'm saying, man, I'm hungry. And you want to do business with me and I'm starving. So what birthright? Like what? I got the right to starve and you got the right not to feed me? That's a crime, man. If I was a prisoner, when I was in jail, they fed me 3 times a day. 15 years, my family and friends. I'm saying, well, how the hell do you feed me when I'm in jail, but think I don't need to be fed out here free? So now if I go steal something to eat, I gotta live on the little money I get from the VA. That's it. I started out on $834 a month after I went from $90,000 a year. I had to go down to eat once a day. And they said I was on crack. But I'm saying, well, how did I go from selling crack to smoking crack? Why y'all lying on me? I'm starving and you just lying on me. I can't get out of court because my family lying. What kind of shit is this? But now look though, this is biblical though. See, that's what I'm saying. That now I'm realizing that, man, this shit is biblical. Brothers hating brothers, mothers against sons, fathers against sons. I mean, come on, man. Is that why y'all was slaves? And that's why you're going back into slavery. That's why you're never going to get out of slavery, because you're too nasty to yourselves. Look, man. And Esau said, behold, I am at the point to die. And what profit shall this bird do to me? And Jacob said, swear. Ain't that some God shit? You want me to not? So God didn't look at Jacob starving his brother, but he gonna uphold the agreement that Esau had to make or die. Now, what do y'all Christians say when y'all say to what does a man profit to gain the whole world and lose his soul? So did not Jacob lose his soul when he starved his brother? Like, man, y'all some treacherous people, man. So here it is, man. This is the evidence right here. And Esau said, behold, I am at the point to die, and what profit shall this birth do to me? And Jacob say, swear to me this day. And he swore unto him, and he sold his birthright unto Jacob. And then, and only then, did Jacob give Esau bread and porridge of the lentils. Come on, man. Is that not the dirtiest son of a bitch you ever wanted to see in your life, man? You will do that to your brother, man. Come on, man. You guys to be kidding me. Man, okay, look. Lentil. Okay, see that lentil, I'm just making sure I said it right. A widely cultivated Uranus, well, I might have messed up on that one. That one there was rough. Eurasian. Now, but look at it though. EURASIAN. Now let's see what that is again.
Eurasian.
Huh? Come on, man. Where the Eurasian at? Your E gone. See the E out of there. Eurasian. Why don't you just say Eurasian? Why you don't put the E in there? See, I don't understand. But that's arguing with my mama again, and I ain't gonna do that. So mama, you right. So hey, that's what I used to do then. That's what I'm gonna do now. Okay, of a mixed European and Asian origin. So now listen now. So that's Asian marrying a European. So that's Asian and white together. That's where it started. Look, here it is right here in the Bible. So Asian and white people got together during the time of Esau and Jacob. See? So now it says, okay, wait. Let me look at where I gotta get back to it. Okay, a prophet of man, Jacob said, swear to me this day, and he swore unto him. He sold his birthright unto Jacob. Then Jacob gave Esau the bread and the lentils. That's what it was. And he did eat and drank and rose up and went his way. Thus Esau despised his birthright. Now, how did he despise his birthright? His damn brother was going to starve him to death. And now you saying he despised his birthright. He wanted to eat, man. But what about his brother that wait till he died? He was almost about to die, man. But his brother in the womb, this the Bible. This is ancient Israel, started from Jacob, who was nasty from the womb, man. This man starved his own brother. How can then they be anything godly? You starved his uncle. Okay, if you Jacob's children, your daddy starved his brother. So how then would you know how to feed your brother if your father starved his brother? Now, how would you know how to rear your children if Rebecca is your grandmama? Because she sided with Jacob, who starved her son. Now, my daddy, which is supposed to be our daddy, watch my brother watch me starve. Wouldn't that be the same as Rebecca? But now I'm not supposed to read this and get in my feelings. Although I'm starving for 15 years. Now I'm supposed to read this and see what? Salvation? Man, I'm saying, okay, bro, you can have the shit, but where the food? The motherfucker still ain't feed me. At least Jacob fed his brother. I've been starving for 15 years all around my family. Huh? Now, let's go back to the plot to kill Jesus. Now I showed you the brother ain't shit. Now let me show you the religion ain't shit. Okay, so now this is John 11, the King James Version, the Bible Hub edition of John 11 verses 45 through 47. So I'm just showing you. So then I'm gonna start it over to show you what I'm saying. Then many of the Jews, see, so that's the Jews come from Jacob. That's what I'm saying. Hold on, I'm gonna show you what I'm saying. Jacob. So we look up Jacob, and this is what they say. The ancient Hebrew nation. So Jacob is the Semitic language of the ancient Hebrews. So that's a member or a descent from one of the groups of the northern Semitic people, including the Israelites. So see, Jacob is an Israelite, and the Israelites is of Jacob, the ancient nation of a Hebrew nation. Now, so if you are of Jacob and you won't feed, then aren't you of the sin that Jacob committed against his brother Esau? So that's why you won't feed a man. That's why the king said when they come and separate the sheep from the goats, he said, I was hungry and you fed me not. I was naked and you did not give me clothes. See, that's that goddamn Jacob. That ain't Esau, because Esau like me. See, he go out, get for other. He don't bring back just for him. That's why Isaac loved him, because Jacob just set his ass in the tent. So how could you feed anybody? You in the tent. See, Esau was out there hunting. So how then was the hunter hungry? See, because he was the one bring back the food, not prepare the food. His brother probably prepared the food, and he knew that the man who go get it needed to eat it. So he waited until he got hungry, and then he took the food from him. The man was too weak to fight, man. And that's what my family doing to me. They making me too weak. But see, the mind, I fed my mind, and I just, I gave my body what I could, but I gave my mind all I had. See, I just ate. See what I'm saying? So now that if they give me some money, see, now all I have to do is heal my body. See, I just eat a little more, and then my body gonna, see? But if I wouldn't have fed my mind, see, I'd probably be crazy now. See, I wouldn't have this entree right here. See, then when they say I owe them $5 million, see, I'd have been worried. See, but I'm saying, okay, if I owe you $5 million, let me sell my books that you selling for $35 a page now. See, because I got the evidence weigh 9. See, depending on what you click on is how many pages they sell. So they had one where they was selling that entry for $35. So see, when they sell any of my work for whatever amount of money, then that's why the stock, which is this book, go up with their crime. So now I saw that they selling my book for $35. See, because the contents in this book is legal evidence, so you have to have a freedom of information to get it. See, but that's what I'm saying. Like, do ignorant people understand they're ignorant? See, but do they understand that ignorant doesn't mean that you don't have the ability to learn? Ignorant means that you're not given the information that you need to know, so you're ignorant to the fact. See, I'm not saying you dumb. Dumb means that you don't have the ability to learn. I'm saying you're made ignorant because they're not giving you the truth to learn. So that's what I'm doing for you. See, I am giving you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you, God. Because my God had to help me when your God was only in court in name only. See, so then what I did is I gave you a case in which your God could then help you like my God helped me. See, so my God came through me, and then I chose to leave the evidence in court. I didn't make a deal with the devil. So now I'm in Lent for 15 years. See, And I'm being starved of my life. I'm spending my youth while they spending money. They taking my youth. See, but they acting like they all this. And I'm saying, yeah, but you taking my life to make that money. So the money is me, you spending. You spending my life. But you don't want, you acting like that money yours, but you know that money mine, because you supposed to be in jail, not me. So they couldn't put me in jail, so they done put me in exile. And I'm saying, well, wait a minute, man. How can you put me in exile in 2023? And I've been in exile since 2008. So how can you hide that if we've been in court since 2007? We was in court October 4th, 2007. I entered into the civil courthouse in Seminole County. And they had me in court for 11 years. And I've been out of court for 4 years, and I'm in Lent. I can't eat. I got the mark of the beast on me. But anyway, so now see, so he sold his birthright. Now, but then now we finna go back to the plot to kill Jesus, right? So now the many of the Jews which came to Mary had seen the things which Jesus did, believed on him. But some of them went their ways to the Pharisees and told them what things Jesus had done. Then gathered the chief priests and the Pharisees a council and said, what do we? For this man doeth many miracles. See, so when you do something, then the church, they get scared because they like Jacob. They live in tents. Why you think they have revivals? They go to church. What are they producing? What is the work? See, they like Cain. See, that's why they get mad with a person like me, Dr. Martin Luther King, Minister Malcolm X, who out here doing the work. See, we not just talking about it, we being about it. See what I'm saying? So that's what Jesus was saying. If you don't believe me, believe in the works. But look now, and said, do we, this man, do many miracles? If we let him thus alone, all men will believe on him, and Rome shall come take away our place and nation. See, so Pastor Willie C. Bonds wasn't worrying about God. He was worrying about Senator Bill Nelson. See, but Senator Bill Nelson knew that he had him violating the Florida Constitution, Section 3. See, he knew, see, this is what I'm telling y'all about these politicians, and we got to be careful when the person who taught you is the person you doing business with, because they not teaching you how they can bring you down. They propping you up so you can help them get to where they're going. See, that's what them politicians do with these preachers. They get in their pocket, and then you get they vote, and and the preacher get favor. But you don't get none of the favor that the preacher get. The preacher just tell you how to give him or her the favor, right? So let me show you. So now, if I was Senator Bill Nelson, see, I'd be charging Pastor Bonds with violating Section 3 of the Florida Constitution that says, that's freedom, religious freedom, that says there shall be no law respecting the establishment of religion or prohibiting or penalizing the free exercise thereof. Religious freedom shall not justify practices inconsistent with public morals, peace, or safety. No revenue of the state or any political subdivision or agency thereof shall ever be taken from the public treasury directly or indirectly in aid of any church, sect, or religious denomination, or in aid of any sectarian institution. Now, see, once they had charged him with that, they was going to get him for the tithes that he didn't pay taxes on. See, now, what I'm telling y'all is this is what stopped the high priest Caiaphas for taking the 30 pieces of silver out of the treasury to give to Judas. See, and this is what I'm saying, that is the crime. See, they use the money that they get from the people to kill their enemies. But now, if the truth is an enemy of the church, the temple, the synagogue, the mosque, what's being taught as truth to a martyr, that'll kill an innocent man. So now, if you are killing innocent people in the name of religion, then wouldn't religion be a co-conspirator to your understanding of it? Now, when do religion free itself from the martyr? See, because religion is a co-conspirator in your martyrdom. You done martyred religion. Because once you do something in the name of religion, then you are the reason why people fear God. They fear you. See? But now, and shall come take their place, a nation is getting long. And one of them, named Caiaphas, being the high priest, that same year said unto them, ye know nothing at all, nor consider that it is expedient for us. Now, hold on, let's look at expedient. So I'm going to show you, this motherfucker talking about fast. See, expedient. He want to do away with Jesus. You see what I'm saying? He want to do away with Jesus. And he says it's expedient. Okay? Suitable for achieving a particular end in a given circumstance. Characterized by certain and what is often especially governed by self-interest. Something done or used to achieve a particular end quickly or temporarily. See, quickly. See, that's what I want. So that's, they dealing with him quickly. Now, so why would you then help who didn't help your Lord and Savior at the beginning? See, look. So now he say for us that one man should die for the people and that the whole nation perish not. See, this is what I'm up against. The religious teachers are now protecting their entity. They're not protecting the people within the church. They're protecting the church because the church is their profession. It's their job. See, you are worshiping. That's your faith. That's your belief. But your preacher, that's his job. That's how he feed his family. So now what I don't understand is how can a man or one man who is the same as you can get paid for doing what you doing? Because all of you all worshiping the same God, but where's the work? See, why is this man or woman getting Caesar's subscription in the form of currency and not giving knowledge in the form of experience? See, they not experiencing nothing they teaching you. I'm experiencing everything I'm teaching you. I'm experiencing it. I'm going through it and I'm telling you from it how not to be me in this instance. But I'm telling you that you should be me before, because me before is what bringing me to you now. See, if I wasn't me before, then I couldn't go through this to talk to you now from this. See what I'm saying? So, okay, and this spoke he not of himself, but being the high priest. See, so he's saying that if he wasn't the high priest, it'll be from him. But because he was the high priest, it's from God. What kind of... Okay, look, all right, I'm just showing. And this spoke he not of himself, but being the high priest that year, he prophesied that Jesus should die for that nation. See, so he was the highest religious teacher who supposed to have a direct a conversation with God, like Moses saw the Lord face to face. This high priest Caiaphas is supposed to have a personal relationship with God. But he then says that God told him to sacrifice his only begotten son. So who was the high priest Caiaphas to God if he wasn't his son? See, I'm telling all y'all are my adopted sons, because I went into court and I emancipated you and took responsibility for you. See, so that's what Jesus was doing. He was taking responsibility, but isn't that what Moses did? He took responsibilities for the Israelites. He took them from an oppressive hand and he took them to opportunity. And what did they do with the opportunity? Because now we at the end of the journey, right? Look at the war that they started when they became free, and look at the black Americans right here. See, I emancipated us, a black man. They came in and took my fight and made it their own. And now what? Where we at now? Where is the knowledge and where is the truth? Because I'm inside of the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida, stating my truth with my knowledge. Now, what's going on outside of the courts have nothing to do with me. That's with your spiritual world. That has nothing to do with me. Because Jesus and I went to court. Show me what religious teacher in court. See, they in church, they in temples, they in synagogues, they in mosques, they in schools, they in colleges, they in universities, but they stay their ass out of court. Because see, in court, it's about your truth, what God wrote on your covenant, who you are, and they can't stand under that scrutiny because they working the name of Jesus. Y'all worshiping the name of Jesus. That's a difference. Working Jesus' name and worshiping Jesus' name is two different things. That's why the worshiper pay the worker. See, the worker who work in Jesus' name getting paid from the worshiper for the name he working. But now when I work my own name, now I have no worshipers, but I have a lot of anti-truth. See, because they giving their religious opinion. Now hold on, because it's getting late, you know. So he's the whole world perish not, and this spoke he not of himself, but being the high priest, that year he prophesied that Jesus should die for that nation, and not for that nation only, but that also he should gather together in one the children of God that were scattered abroad. So now, did not I, now when I went into Macedonia Missionary Baptist Church, gather God's children and get them out of that lion's den, that den of thieves, that Jesus said that they have turned my Father's house into a den of thieves? So now when I went into Macedonia with the truth, did not Pastor Willie C. Barnes then prove that Jesus said that was a den of thieves? See, why didn't he defend the truth as if the truth was Jesus? Because didn't the works accompany my truth? So didn't Jesus say that if you do not believe in me, believe in the works that accompany me? So why did he throw me out and he would embrace Jesus? How? He wouldn't even look at the work. But yet he getting paid for work that he doing in the name of Jesus, but he doing it in the name of Pastor Willie C. Barnes. So who is Pastor Willie C. Barnes to speak the name of Jesus, and he can't tell you a simple truth? Not a simple truth, he can't tell it. Because he got to tell about me. So why he don't tell you that I came into Macedonia Missionary Baptist Church and he throwed me out? Because you know why? Then you will be scattered. See, you will leave out of that motherfucker. Wide open, he know it. Because there ain't no God in there. He threw the truth out. So if he threw the truth out and the Bible says that the devil's children can't tell the truth, then what y'all in Macedonia Missionary Baptist Church for? You know the man, the devil. That's what the Bible say. So he read the Bible to show himself approved. I show he a damn devil. Now, look at this. Then from that day forth, they took counsel together to put him to death. Now, did not Pastor Willie C. Barnes and them try to put me to death for 15 years from that day to this one? So who is fulfilling this? If it ain't Pastor Barnes and the high priests, the Pharisees, the chief priests, the high priests, the scribes, and the elders, none of them coming to feed me. None of them. But y'all feeding them because they using Jesus' name. But now y'all won't feed me because I'm using my name to love you like Jesus used his name to love us. And Dr. Martin Luther King used his name to love us. And Minister Malcolm X used his name to love us. And Mr. Huey P. Newton used his name to love us. And Mr. Fred Hampton used his name to love us. And Gandhi used his name to love us. And Buddha used his name to love us. See, but what are y'all preachers doing? Y'all using somebody else's name in your name to love us, but where is your love for us? What is your testimony? When will you be saved by the blood of the Lamb and the word of your testimony? Because I'm saving your congregation from you with the word of my testimony. See? Now check this. And then it says, Jesus therefore walked no more openly among the Jews. See, like when I be around black people, I don't feel comfortable. Because I know Pastor Willie C. Barnes and all them black preachers got them after me. But see, I know Senator Bill Nelson telling them, say, man, you can't touch him, man. If you touch him, you're going to start a war. He's a veteran. So you got to run him crazy. So I see the black people. I say, man, y'all some snakes. Y'all serpents, man. Y'all trying to run me crazy for who? Pastor Barnes? The man y'all paying to denigrate the name of Jesus? A blasphemer? Some bitch will sell you for nothing. So wouldn't he be Judas? So now, is not these preachers being paid like Judas was paid to kiss y'all on the cheek? They ain't telling y'all the truth. So aren't they kissing y'all? See, y'all the ones, Jesus. See, y'all don't understand. Like I keep saying, Jesus was going to commemorate the liberation of the Israelites, and he ran into High Priest Caiaphas like I was liberating my people, and I ran into Pastor Willie C. Barnes. See, so I'm saying Jesus ran into the High Priest Caiaphas, and I ran into Pastor Willie C. Barnes. So why you don't see my love ran into the same entity that Jesus' love ran into, and then they tried to kill us both? Now, Jesus had to rise from the grave. That's what y'all say. But I had to come up out of court, and now y'all keep trying to put me in the ground. So I'm saying, well, if Jesus can come back from the grave, why can't I come back from court? See, because neither one of y'all want to be judged. Not that generation for killing Jesus, and not this generation for attempting to kill me. See what I'm saying? But okay, Jesus therefore walked no more openly amongst the Jews, but went thence unto a country near to the wilderness. See, he left. Like I left. I went to Virginia. I went to Houston, Texas. I went back to Virginia. I went to Georgia. I done left here, man, and they keep running me back here, and then keep evicting me, and I'm saying, damn, man, like y'all ain't nobody gonna look at this crime, but y'all gonna go to church on Sunday with Reverend Barnes. I go by there on Sunday, the damn church full. But now ain't nobody knowing that man there is who they talking about, and he got y'all coming in the church where when Jesus was me, they was spread it abroad. They had left up out of there. And Jesus was saying too, have I ever taught in your synagogues? So Jesus didn't go to church either. He just went to the Passover because Joseph gave him that religion. And that's why he said, Father, why have thou forsaken me? He was talking about Joseph. See, just like I be talking about my grandmama, and I be telling her the whole time, I was telling that church ain't right, grandma. Something ain't right with it. And she like, you too young, you this, you that, and you this. And then my family started putting me in a mental hospital for Pastor Willie C. Barnes. And I'm saying, well, why y'all saving the High Priest Caiaphas, but y'all not saving innocence? Y'all not saving the truth. You sacrificing me for a motherfucker you don't even know. I'm your daughter's son. And they left me for what he's saying. But it's sad, man. But anyway, went unto a country near to the wilderness, into a city called Ephraim, and there continued with his disciples. So he was gone. He was out, man. He was in Ephraim. He was gone. They sent Judas to go get him. He was gone, man. He wasn't there no more. Why didn't he left? Why you went after him? You sent the multitude. So you telling me Pastor Willis E. Barnes, Senator Bill Nelson, all these people ain't sending nobody after me when they know I can bring them down with the truth? So now, of course, they're going to make everybody think I'm crazy. But what happened when the dust settled and you see that these are the Pharisees, the chief priests, the high priests, the scribes, the elders, Pontius Pilate, and the crowd is in my family in the crowd saying, crucify him, crucify him. And I'm looking at them saying, damn, man, you my brother. Oh, man, you my cousin. Oh, man, look at my cousin over there talking about crucify me. Shit, man, it's shit sad. But anyway, and then this is 55, and the Jews' Passover was nigh at hand, and many went out of the country up to Jerusalem before the Passover to purify themselves. See, they was going to the Passover. That was commemorating Moses as the deliverer of the Jews. So see, Jesus was even giving a paying homage to Moses. So why was they talking about Abraham? See, Abraham's kids is who killed Jesus, not Moses. See, Moses is the ones that Abraham's children violated the covenant. See, that's like Adam again. See, they violated the covenant, so they was the serpents. That's why we are in the forbidden fruit right to this day. See? But then sought they for Jesus. See, they were looking for Jesus, just like they looking for me and I'm looking for them, but they won't let me go to court. See, but they looking for me to commit a crime, but they done watch me starve for 15 years waiting on me to commit a crime. And then I'm saying, well, wouldn't you be an accessory to any crime I committed? Because you're starving me, waiting on me to commit a crime, but I'm telling you I'm starving, so wouldn't you be the goat? So wouldn't Pastor Willis E. Barnes be the goat? Wouldn't he be the wolf in sheep's clothing? The man starving me and I'm in court proving I'm the king that separated the plaintiffs from the defendants. But during the time of Jesus, it was the goats from the sheep. But so now if I separated poor people from rich people and I judged the rich people for what they did to the poor, how am I not the king? But I like I say, that's why I don't want to be famous. I don't even want to go through it with y'all. I just want my life back. See, I was already rich before I even got with y'all, so I don't need y'all to be rich. I just need my money. That's it. See, but what I'm saying is because I'm my God, I could not leave you in the midst of the devil. I couldn't do it because my conscience would have bothered me. But Pastor Willis E. Barnes don't give a damn. His conscience don't bother him. These preachers' conscience don't bother them, because they get paid not to be bothered. See, but me, I being me, couldn't allow you to be deceived because I saw you as I saw my grandmother. See, and I was like, and I saw my Aunt Felder. And I know that these are women really believe that. And I just saw a man take their love for Jesus and I know they love me. See, I know they love me, but they think that this man is God, but they would never look at the truth of me and what I was doing and how I was taking care of them. See what I'm saying? But it's, but like I say, if a man lose himself, then what was the fight? See, I had to understand I had to win myself before I could win anybody else. But okay, now they saw that they for Jesus and spoke among themselves as they stood in the temple. Oh my God, they was in the temple speaking, looking for y'all Lord and Savior. So why would you go in the temple that they stood in plotting against your Lord and Savior? In the synagogue and all of that, man, they in the places where y'all worship plotting against your Lord and Savior, man. And it's right here for you to read. What think ye that he will not come to the feast? So they saying they want him to come to church for the feast to arrest him, man. The man couldn't even go pay homage to Moses, he was fit to get arrested by the priest. Not, is that not Pastor Willie C. Barnes, man? That's the entry level to the spiritual world. My grandmother told me to go give God more of my time. I go through this, man, and now I've been through hell and back, and I still can't get into the promised land, man. I mean, they still won't let me in. So what is the promised land? What is Abraham? What is all of this if it ain't a lie? If the truth don't get me in, what will? But anyway, now both the chief priests and the Pharisees had given a commandment that if any man knoweth where he were, he should show it that they may take him. And that man was Judas. Now I need to know what men is my Judases, because Judas has multiplied.